KNON 89.3 FM in Dallas and Fort Worth, the voice of the people.
Business owners, tell KNON's listeners about your business. You can put your business or event on KNON. KNON currently has space available to run announcements for you. Tell KNON's listeners about your goods, services, nightclub, concert, or event. Help keep the voice of the people on the air while putting your information on the air. KNON's been named the #1 radio station in Dallas by both the Dallas Observer and D Magazine. Put your business with Dallas's #1 station. Call now for more information at 214-828-9500, extension 227, or extension 233. For more information, go to KNON.org and click on the Run Spots on KNON page. It's a great way for your business to support community radio while letting more people know about you.
Our next speaker is Sid Kernan, please.
Hello, I'd like to thank the board for allowing me to voice my concerns in regards to delay of domestic partner benefits after the ruling on the Defense of Marriage Act. My name is C.D. Kernan, and I'm with Get Equal Texas. History is unfolding, and you're choosing a side. You were appointed by districts to represent all of the residents of Dallas, and not just those in which you are politically aligned. According to the ACLU, more than 233 Fortune 500 companies offer domestic partnership benefits, and over 200 colleges and universities across the country. It is cruel to define a family with a very rigid rule, then force everybody into that mold. I'm reminded of a quote by Marian Wright Elderman: "The future which we hold in trust for our own children will be shaped by our fairness to other people's children." I sat quietly at almost every dark committee meeting and board meeting I attended around domestic partnership benefits. I've heard Bible verses, and I've heard one of your members say, "This is not about doing the right thing." The freedom to access health care and the right to be treated equally in the workplace is an integral part of a free society. Exercising business rules as a part or as a tool to dismantle the separation of church and state is in itself a conflict with what is at the heart of free enterprise, the right to survival. Using your power and ability to discriminate against a group of people is more about judgment and economic injustice than it is about budget costs and restraints. We as a community are asking for fair treatment of our partners, fair treatment of our children, and fair treatment of our families. I'm requesting the board put families first. Now I'm asking those within the audience who are here in support of LGBT families to please stand up. This is a community. It's full of diverse people and diverse families. We're asking that you acknowledge that and represent all the residents of Dallas. Thank you very much.
Our next speaker is Mr. Camacho.
Good evening to everybody here and the board, Mr. Gary Thomas, and everybody who's attending here. I'm here only to speak for myself and as an employee of DART. My name is Lester Camacho, also known as Operator 23901. Now, I work as the 25th of this month, I've been an employee here for 8 years now. I have worked hard, went through some things and whatnot. Now, one of the benefits of working for DART is I have a family. I have a beautiful daughter, I have a wife, and I have a child on the way, and they're covered under my health insurance. Now, unfortunately, the state of Texas does not recognize the marriages of my coworkers of the GLBT community. They do not have the same right or respect as I do. They all work hard, they all wear the same uniform I do, and they all want equality in the workplace. It's not about what's right, it's not about what's wrong. It's about the fact that it's equality. Every one of my passengers that gets on my bus, I don't see man, I don't see woman, black, white, red, brown, whatever you can call it. I see a passenger. Whether they got the $5, whether they got $4.50, whether it's 2 cents. They're all equal in my book. They all ride ding, let's go. That's a matter of equality. That's what I was taught working for this company. And I would like for the company and the board to see things the same way. And I will close with that, and I thank you all for your time. Please reconsider delaying the vote. Thank you.
The next speaker is Raphael McDonald, and after that will be John Seeley.
Put a hand up for the board. Take the hand out. Mr. Vice Chairman and members of the board, since last fall, I have attended every single committee meeting where the DART board has discussed domestic partner benefits. I was in the room last week when the board voted to delay consideration until after the Supreme Court releases its ruling on 2 marriage equality cases, likely before July. I wanted to speak to you 2 weeks ago, but I was too angry. Friend and fellow activist Patty Fink with the Dallas Gay and Lesbian Alliance addressed the board and urged you to educate yourselves on partner benefits. Today, the bell is ringing and school is in session. I have 2 points. The true cost of offering partner benefits came up in the last committee of the whole meeting. The numbers you received from Buck Consulting are frankly significantly higher than those from real-world examples. Page 1 of the handout I just gave you is a letter from Center CEO C.C. Cox, sent to every member of this board and your 2 senior executives at DART, showing the true cost of the benefits at several Texas governmental bodies. Note the date of the letter, July 2012. The questions that came up at the last committee meeting were information that this board and staff had last summer. If the board continues with its current timeline, DART will have been dealing with domestic partner benefits for 1 year. The agency has shown that when it wants to, it can move quickly. Just look at what you did with the deal with Arlington on transit. Why wait on this issue? It seems, to borrow a line from Tina Turner's version of Proud Mary, DART doesn't want to do anything nice and easy. Due diligence is commendable. Evasive foot dragging is not acceptable. The second page of this handout is a letter from the article from the Austin newspaper. The day before this board abrogated its responsibilities and postponed a vote, Austin ISD decided to add domestic partner benefits effective in September. What does Austin ISD know that DART doesn't? It's about fairness and equality in the workplace and has nothing to do with marriage equality. Austin also knows that the Inspector Attorney General's opinion is just that, an opinion. It's not a law, it does not carry the force of law, and should have no bearing on what this agency does. The Center urges this board to move up its timetable to consider partner benefits. There is no logical reason for delay. Barring that, LGBT community members will be here to speak at every DART board meeting until the issue comes back again, next week, next month, or July. We are steadfast, we are resolute, we are not going away, and we expect a decision. Thank you.
Hi there. I think most of you in this room know me. Most of the members of the board, hi Gary, and most of my employees that I worked with here at DART for 3 years know me. My name is John Seeley, and I live here in Dallas, Texas. I was an employee here at DART for 3 years. I was manager of promotions and advertising, responsible for the DART store. I handled all the Super Saturdays at the Green Line openings and was very much involved in the State Fair employees for about 300 here for the first 3 years of the Green Line. I love DART. I miss you. I miss you terribly. One of the reasons I came to DART was because of my husband, Rodolfo. He sold his car and he took DART every day because he's heavily committed to public transit and being green, and I love the agency for that. I also love the agency because of diversity. My whole life has been about diversity. My father and his parents fled Nazi Germany in 1935 because they were Jews. On my dad's 18th birthday, he joined the U.S. Army Air Corps. His plane was shot down and he spent a year in Germany as a Jew. It is remarkable that I'm alive. One of the reasons my dad told me that he fought was so that I wouldn't have to face the same discrimination and hatred that he did. I came out at the age of 37 after trying to make a heterosexual marriage work for 13 years, and my wife wanted out because she was frustrated. I raised my son. I'll tell you what, I love DART, but the entire time I was here, I felt like a second-class employee. Why? Because NWBE, 25% for African American, Latinos, other minorities, 5% for women-owned business. But I couldn't even get health care insurance. I couldn't even get health care insurance for my husband if he was out of a job. Yeah, don't have to be married. You know, everybody deserves health care in this country. One of my friends in the marketing department lost his partner last night at 6:30. Someone who's volunteered for this agency for like 10 or 12 years. He died of cancer. He was treated at Parkland because he couldn't be covered under his husband's insurance. That's not right. Now, again, I stand up for every group. If I don't fight for every other group, I don't deserve rights either. But I have to question a policy that focuses only on some minorities. Is that diversity? Or is it really appeasement? Ask yourself that question. It's easy to be for diversity when it's for groups that society has accepted. Real diversity is accepting people that you have a difference with. The ACLU Jewish attorney who defended the American Nazis being able to vote, to demonstrate in Skokie, Illinois. One last thing real quick. No DART employee who's gay is going to come speak here for fear of retribution. I offer myself for anybody that wants to get in touch with me to share feelings with you in the media. Contact me at john@johnseelig.com. Thank you very much, and thank you for the wonderful work you do for this community.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stewart. Our next speaker is Barbara Carr.
Mic check.
Mic check.
We call on DART.
We call on DART.
To consider integrity.
To consider integrity.
To consider the lives that are impacted.
Consider the lives that are impacted.
By delaying, avoiding, and ignoring.
By delaying, avoiding, and ignoring.
The vote to add domestic partner benefits.
The vote to add domestic partner benefits.
For LGBT employees.
For LGBT employees.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand equality.
We demand equality.
And we will keep showing up.
And we will keep showing up.
Until our demands are met.
Until our demands are met.
History is watching.
History is watching.
Domestic benefits now.
Domestic benefits now.
KNON 89.3 FM in Dallas and Fort Worth, the voice of the people.
Business owners, tell KNON's listeners about your business. You can put your business or event on KNON. KNON currently has space available to run announcements for you. Tell KNON's listeners about your goods, services, nightclub, concert, or event. Help keep the voice of the people on the air while putting your information on the air. KNON's been named the #1 radio station in Dallas by both the Dallas Observer and D Magazine. Put your business with Dallas's #1 station. Call now for more information at 214-828-9500, extension 227, or extension 233. For more information, go to KNON.org and click on the Run Spots on KNON page. It's a great way for your business to support community radio while letting more people know about you.